At 4,100 meters above sea level, the highest peak in West Central Africa, the Mount Cameroon. This towering landmass, with a great variety of plants and animal species, stands in a national park of 58,178 hectares. The park spans through 41 villages in Fako and Meme divisions in the southwest region of Cameroon. The mountain is host to one of Africa's most acclaimed athletic events. Participants from all over the world converge once each year for the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. Thousands of tourists, hikers, lovers of nature as well as researchers visit this national park yearly.
A tourist going up the mountain will be amazed at the aesthetic value, the aesthetic scenery. Mount Cameroon has a particular scenery that when you get there, you'll be amazed at the structure. There are animals in Mount Cameroon National Park. People may not know, but Mount Cameroon National Park has elephants in number. There are chimpanzees in the francolin. Francolinus cameroonensis is a bird that is found in the whole world. It's found only in Mount Cameroon National Park.
The high potential for tourism in this area has prompted the government of Cameroon to carry out an ambitious endeavor through a German Development Bank-funded project with the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife for the Southwest region to construct 2 comfortable eco-lodges sites for visitors, one at 2,800 meters altitude at the location of the former Hut 2, resting place for tourists on their way up the summit of the mountain. The second site will be at 2,445 meters altitude at Manspring, west coast of the mountain, on the way down from the summit for tourists wanting to go and visit the crater lakes or on their way to the elephant bush.
The aim of the construction of the mountain lodges up on Mount Cameroon is to provide adequate and comfortable shelter for tourists. Up to now there was nothing. We hope to attract much more tourists, and we want to foster with these 2 lodges, which are quite extensive. Really, we want to give a start of the ecotourism development on Mount Cameroon.
The success of this project means development for communities living around the Mount Cameroon National Park, communities which rely primarily on agriculture for subsistence. First, coordinators of the project validate prototypes of the lodges. However, a major challenge stands in their way: transportation. It will be a difficult task to transport all material needed to construct these infrastructure at that altitude. They must combat the harsh winds and pinching cold. Will this construction be possible? The engineers of the project conceive a plan that will ease transportation. It will build the infrastructure down in the cities in Limbe and in Boya. After that, they will dismantle and transport the already finished lodges part by part up the mountain. They will only have to assemble them, just like in a jigsaw puzzle. The engineers are precise, meticulous not to produce any single element of the dismantled construction heavier than 20 kilograms. Above 20 kilograms, it might be heavy for porters to carry as head loads. Coordinators recruit porters and builders who will have to work at the high altitude in the stinging low temperatures of the mountain. They will have to fight the numbing cold during construction periods. The bumping and hilly landscape requires constructing powerful pillar beams to carry and level the buildings. The beams must be solid enough to withstand earth tremors from any seismic movements on this active volcanic mountain. Porters continue to transport small portions of construction materials daily, but this is not fast enough as the engineers of the project had anticipated. Mwanga has decided to become a porter so that he can make some extra cash to support his family and buy some school needs. Temperatures can get below 0 degrees Celsius at night. The cold is uncomfortable for the builders to continue to sleep in tents. Their fingers and faces are numb. It is making some of them sick. If they can't build a first lodge to protect them from the cold fast enough, many may have to quit the construction site. But porters need to transport the material faster up the mountain if they must build a lodge urgently. The porters can't go faster. They have pushed their bodies to their limits. Maybe the engineers had been too optimistic to believe they could take such a challenge at 2,800 meters altitude. Builders may have to desert and go back home. If this happens, the young porter, Mwanga, will not raise money to pay his fees this year. Something must be done. Within the communities, there is a lot of uncertainty and worries if the project stops. It is already a source of development for the people.
For our area, the mountain, we call it Fako. The gods where they did it for that mountain, they call it for that mountain. And for that mountain, the gods where they want to do any development for the mountain, we therefore call the elders of the area to do liberation. And if the liberation no work, the god go vex.
Coordinators of the project consult the elders of the local council. Counselors are mediators between the people and the gods. They must consult the gods.
We, the chiefs, went behind the house to pour libation in connection with the Cameroon Park. So we went there to administer this libation so that the gods of the mountain should be with us and should take care for those who are walking there. Even tourists who are going up, they must be looked for. So we, as we went, we have poured the libation and we have called our ancestors to guide the buildings. And whatever is being done in the mountain there, it should be guided by the gods of the mountain.
Meanwhile, at the delegation of forestry headquarters in Buea, there may be a solution. Hopes are high.
I can insist you, but I wanted to work on their own. But there is an interesting initiative by Génie Les Militaires to start to build a road up in PMT station towards Elf. And we are trying to join them and to extend the road they have started.
An agreement is reached. The management of the project will extend the construction of this road right up to Hut 2 and then to Man Spring. Transportation by car to supply the builders will be faster than with the porters. Builders will be able to build the first lodge to keep the workers warm. They are motivated with the thought of a warm lodge. Could this be a solution from the gods? The first lodge. Porters can now sleep in warmth. A great relief. The sister construction at Man Spring is also evolving at a faster pace. Everything is moving according to plan and schedule. It's a new dawn upon the chariots of the gods. The once deserted landscape now carries a breath of life. The former Hut 2 has been transformed to the Fako Mountain Lodge. Delightfully comfortable with a 24-hour solar power supply, exquisite comfort and cuisine. A temporary management in place, providing unrelented service of warmth and comfort to visitors. The engineers succeeded in the challenge.
I'm in charge of the rooms, and in the rooms, and here we have 5 rooms. 5 rooms. Each room can contain 5 persons, and also platforms for the tourists. One platform can take, let me say, 2 persons. We can have 25 visitors, tourists per day. Yeah.
I'm the cook here. This is my kitchen. We have smoked chicken, smoked fish, smoked beef.
At Manspring as well. Within its green scenery and natural ecosystem, comfortable lodges have been erected. A classy restaurant and kitchen, a great sanitary system, running with hot water.
Ici c'est Mount Sprint et puis ce sont des logements pour les touristes étrangers et camerounais bien sûr. Ici à Mount Sprint on a un décor assez parfait, du calme absolu pour ceux qui aiment bien le calme et pour ceux qui veulent s'amuser. C'est préférable de venir 2, 3, 4, 5 ou plus. Il y a assez d'espace pour tout le monde. On a environ 6 cabanes qui peuvent couvrir 5 personnes par cabane et 6 tentes.
6 platforms to pitch tents for tourists wishing a more direct contact with nature within this natural ecosystem. Tourists can now use a warm bath after long hours of trekking from the summit of the mountain in this exquisite scenery with an ever-welcoming staff.